values were high. That was concerning. And that means that the evidence wasn't strong. I think has always actually from other books. He claimed didn't know that I'd be serious. So there's CRI, Waivers. And so we had a discussion about, I mean, this is 5 days in the hospital before you survive that. We also still work for that. He went into it to develop triadic for the pancreas so that the three are together at some end. But the kidneys don't look great. Or liver has even though habits we're force-feeding it. If it goes another day, they'll eat it. Now the blood sugar is down to 200. Those have a day that you look to eat. Monday, Tuesday, when do you know where it's at? That's if you're going to the hospital unattended overnight. Yes, it's probably well. Or you're really not the cost of but more. So I don't know what we need to the two long-term dose on their testing is severe diabetic neuropathy. And terrible because somehow you have
Larry, can you hear me? No, you're muted.
Yes, I can.
I didn't receive anything from your client.
Well, I sent it back and then it was returned to us with the agenda.
I don't think I haven't found that I was attached to that email.
The original one I sent to you.
You sent it, right?
I sent it to you.
Graham, site plan review. Yes, you did. How did I miss that?
Okay. Yeah, well, I received it back from, her name escapes me, the gal that puts this together.
Emily or Jackie?
Jackie. I received an email from Jackie with a site plan review, also with the minutes of the meeting from the 27th and today's agenda.
Okay. Well, that's how you're here. I am printing it.
Do you need me to resend it to you?
No, I found it. I don't know why I didn't see it, but well, that's good. Of course, I'd like it to be Jackie, Peter, 2, 3. We don't have enough planning board members yet.
Okay. See if they can hear you. Can you hear me?
I hear you.
Look at that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I think we need one more planning board member to sign in. What the heck? Oh, me, Jackie, Debbie. Oh, Al's here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have a quorum. It's gonna take a long time. All right, get rid of this. Quorum being present, I am calling the October 25th meeting of the Wiscasset Planning Board to order. The first order of business is a public hearing for Wiscasset Gardner Solar Project. Is there anybody here who on that topic? This is a solar farm, some 300 plus feet off the easterly side of Route 27, slightly above the high school. Is there any public members who wish to address or ask questions? Any planning board members?
You have my
Hearing-
video on?
Your video is not on now, but your voice is.
Let me try it again. Huh.
So, one last time, is there anyone who wishes to speak at the public hearing on the solar project off Route 27?
Mr. Olson, this is Martha Staskis representing the project, Wiscasset Gardner Solar. I just would like to thank the members of your planning board that attended the site visit. last week. I think it was informative, and I hope we were able to answer any questions that they had.
Thank you, Martha. If there is no other comment, I declare the public meeting over. And we will begin the actual regular meeting. Oh, wait a minute. We have a second one. Now, the solar project is closed. Public hearing on the Wiscasset Shoreline Ordinance Amendment to Article 13, Appendix B. Is there anybody here on that topic? Hearing none, I declare that public hearing closed. I love these long public hearings. And we will
701 and 702.
Yes, both have been concluded by, according to my computer, 7:01. First order of business is the approval of the minutes of September 27th.
I make a motion, we approve the minutes of September 22nd as written.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
We have a first by Al Cohen, a second by Deborah Pooler. Zoom meetings require roll call vote. I vote yes. Jackie,
Yes.
Peter,
Yes.
Deborah,
Yes,
I have to go for Stephen,
Yes.
Big Al.
Yes.
Majority is there anybody opposed? Motion carries. Okay, number 3, Stantec, we're up. Wiscasset Gardner Solar Project. First, we'll ask the site reviewers, which was Al, Steve, and Peter. Is that correct?
Yes.
To report on their site walk.
We had a lovely long walk through the woods, up and down, around, under and over, and everything was staked out as requested. Many of the neighbors were present during the site visit. Martha answered about 3,017 questions, and I didn't see any issues with it. I don't know if anybody else wants to address it, but it seemed to be in order to me according to the site plans.
I'll agree with that, yes.
Okay. Very good. We've had a report from Emily Rabb of Lincoln County Regional Planning. Basically, I think she's saying that it's an excellent application and that they've met all our requirements. Yeah, she did bring up the idea that the applicant should state the project will not generate more than 50 or more peak hour trips, whether that's construction or after. I assume that's construction.
Yeah, that's right. It's just during construction.
Probably expect the traffic count once it's operational to be at best 2 or 3 a week.
Yeah,
Here.
at best.
You hope. You hope. All right. And you obviously know you'll need, because that's a state highway, you'll need an MDOT entrance permit. And you'll need a permit from the town, I believe. Is there anything you wish to add at this time?
I'll just mention that at the last planning board meeting, someone on the board, it might have been you, Carl, I can't remember, requested that we provide the credentials of the wetland delineator that did the field delineations, and then the civil engineer who prepared the plans, stormwater and decommissioning. So that information was provided this past week, last week, I guess that was. And we also submitted a revised Army Corps form that goes in the wetland report. We had a typo in there, so we
Right. You did do
submitted
both
that.
of those.
And I
did
believe
do
that
both.
covers everything that was requested during the last meeting.
I believe
And
you're correct.
it was also forwarded to all of us. I know I got a copy of it.
Yeah, we sent out to our email list. And at the moment, I can't put my finger right on it. I had it just a minute ago. But you did do that. Oh yeah, I just stacked it the wrong way. So. Not me. I believe we are ready to go into the review portion. We found the application complete. Is that? So we'll begin the review portion of the ordinance. Do we want to go through it one by one, or how does the board wish to do this?
What do you suggest, Carl?
I think Stantec's application has answered all of the questions, review questions adequately and with good and solid answers. Put Emily on the spot. Do you agree with that?
I do. I think it was a very thorough application, and it gave probably even more detail than we needed in some aspects. So you'll see in my memo, I went standard by standard, and to me, they've really effectively answered and addressed every single standard. I don't have any issues with this application.
I make a motion, we accept the application as complete with the standards being accepted as written.
I'll second that motion.
We have a motion by Big Al and a second by Deborah. Any discussion? All those in favor, I vote affirmative. Jackie,
Yes.
Peter,
Yes.
Deborah,
Yes.
Stephen,
Yes.
Big Al.
Yes,
Anybody opposed? Should I call on anybody that I don't see listed? All right, the motion is carried. Project is approved.
good luck.
See
Thank
the,
you very much.
see the-
Thank
See the
you.
code officer for any necessary building permits.
Carl, do you want me to put together,
Will
turn
do.
convert this memo to a finding of fact?
Oh, would you do that?
You got it.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Because if you wait for me, it'll be early 2023.
Thank you for your time, folks. Have a good
Thank
evening.
you.
All right, thank you. Hate it when projects drag out. Where's my agenda? All right, next is Tristan Calling, site plan review, restaurant 762 Bath Road. Are you? Yes, you are.
Hello.
Hi,
Hey, how's it going?
good. You submitted an application, which Jackie was included in the packet. I lose track.
Yes.
Okay. In my opinion, and the planning board received copies, in my opinion, it is not complete. I believe you also have an email from the county planner on that issue.
Yes.
Do you have any questions on what would be necessary to submit a complete application?
Yeah, I'm just not 100% sure on what would be missing on that. I guess I'm just, because there wasn't too much that, I mean, so when we came in, we just planned on doing the couple of things that I listed. That was all we were really told we needed to do. So I wasn't sure what else I needed to list or put.
Alright.
And
I don't have a quick copy in front of me of the site plan requirements, but the site plan application is really just a cover
okay,
sheet or pages. There is supposedly a second page with instructions, if you've got it online, or at least there was. Amongst other things you're supposed to have is a boundary survey of the property, recent.
okay,
And there is a bunch of things required on that survey.
okay,
So you need to make sure your surveyor knows exactly what he's supposed to be submitting to you and thus to us.
okay,
I don't believe you, but amongst other things, a copy of the deed, copy of your, in your case, I guess, a lease.
okay, yep,
You are free to redact price.
okay,
Or anything trade related, I guess. I'm not sure what that would be, but
okay.
most common thing redacted is price.
Recipe for the special house omelet.
Absolutely required. So there's no waiver on that one. Yeah, I wish I had the application right in front of me. the site plan, part of the planning board of the, hang on, give me a second. Hopefully I don't lose everybody trying to open that document. It's not the one I wanted.
This is going from the Route 1 diner to a new Route 1 restaurant in the same location in the same building?
Yeah, it's going where the old Miss Wiscasset.
Yeah. The problem, Al, is that under our ordinance, it hasn't been open for 2 years, so its use as a restaurant has been voided. And thus it's considered a brand new use of the property.
What's it zoned?
That would be commercial, Route 1 commercial. And when I answer questions, I forget where I'm going and trying to look the stuff up. Come on, open the right document. No. My system is not operating the way I want it to.
I have a question in the meantime.
Go for it.
Well, you said you're going to reduce the bathrooms from 2 to 1.
Yes, to make it ADA compliant.
Right, but
Handicap accessible.
I think you need 2. I think by code, plumbing code or one of the codes, you need
If
2.
we were to establish as a restaurant with a bar, it is required for 2, but if we wanted a food establishment, which for some reason a restaurant still falls under, we could do a 1, but I think it would boil down to seating at that point.
Are
The
you planning on serving alcohol at all?
Absolutely not.
I think without alcohol, they can get away with 1 if I'm not mistaken, but I'm not an authority.
I'm not an authority either, but I've been in several smaller places that serve breakfast that only have 1 bathroom.
Oh,
And
I
they
got
are
my information.
located in town.
I got my information from Bruce, so
All right. Amongst other things, of course, is you have to notify all abutters within 250 feet of the property by, this says certified, I think mine's old. I hope it's old, certified mail. It might be first class now. You'd have to reread the ordinance. I'm not sure I opened the current one. And that is at least 7 days before that it's taken up by the planning board. What you're having, it's called a pre-application meeting at the moment, so you didn't have to meet that requirement.
Okay.
You need 10 executed copies of the application form and all other documents attached to it. You need evidence of the right title and interest. So that's the deed to the property and your lease.
Okay.
You need to pay the fee to the town clerk.
Okay.
She's probably not going to understand what it's for. You'll have to explain it. The fee schedule is on the webpage. It's not one I have it open up in front of me. There are certain requirements on map size. You need to have either on your survey plan or separately a tax map showing where you are.
Okay.
Need a list of all the abutters. Since you're going to mail them, you need a list of all the abutters within 250 feet.
Okay.
You need to know your zoning, which is commercial. Then under item 7, there's a whole list of things that you're supposed to add onto the plan.
Okay.
I will point out that we accept waivers, requests for waivers. We don't always grant them. And
Okay.
that waivers can be your friend on some of these, is what I'll say. The thing is, you have to have a good reason for
Okay.
wanting to ask for a waiver. One thing that's
Right.
frequently overlooked is its flood zone. That is
Yep.
easy to do online, or ask
Okay.
myself or Emily possibly to prepare it for you. But there's a web page that'll do it.
Okay.
It's just proof that you're not in a flood zone. We know you're not.
Gotcha.
And again, that section has a whole list of things. You
All
can
right.
probably say a bunch of them will be non-relevant or not applicable
Okay.
for some reason or another.
Waiver
But-
request has to be in writing.
Yeah, it has to be in writing and
Gotcha.
it has to accompany the application. It can't be done after the fact.
Okay.
If you read the site plan ordinance, which is online.
Yep.
And have any questions, please give me a call.
Absolutely.
Reach out in some manner.
Okay.
All right.
One more thing is the applications have to be in the Monday before the meeting, a week before the meeting.
All right.
Okay.
So if you were trying for November, that is the 1st. They have to be in by the 1st.
Yeah.
The 8th
Okay.
or the 22nd in November. So you'd have to be in the 1st or the 15th.
Okay.
Since I've looked at that area before, you're gonna need a survey. Good luck on a surveyor in that time frame.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, do you have any questions?
No, the only question I had was that when the code enforcement was here today, he could not help me define the complete difference between a food establishment and a restaurant. And the only thing I did in my research was the definition of one had a bar, one did not. So that was my only reasoning for the one bathroom.
All right. Is that in our ordinances or the government states?
I'm not 100% sure. He couldn't clarify that with me today.
I'll try to make a note to research bathrooms, but I don't remember there being a lot in our ordinance about bathrooms.
Okay.
I don't think it's in our ordinance, Carl. So Bruce had emailed me earlier about this, and he said that in a class I recently took, there was confusion on the number of bathroom needed. A restaurant requires a separate bathroom for each sex. An eating establishment only requires one unisex bathroom under certain conditions. The head plumbing inspector wouldn't commit to which one needs. So I don't know if that's a state code requirement or a plumbing requirement, but I don't think it comes from our code specifically.
So,
And I just want to reiterate that there are places in town that serve food that have one bathroom, so.
Correct. Thank you.
It's here.
We,
If it's not allowed, then we better look at those as well.
I think Emily said it. It's wording and establishment and restaurant. You might have called yourself a restaurant when you should have been a food service place, because a lot of it, this came up once before several years back, and
Okay.
it did relate to alcohol when there was no alcohol involved on the premises at that time. I'm not saying now, but at that time, when there was no alcohol on a premises, the one bathroom was required. If there was any alcohol whatsoever,
Yeah.
it required bathrooms.
I think you'll find it is wording and it's a state thing, not a local issue.
Okay. No, I just wanted to bring that up because I was very unsure of it. So,
Yep.
Be
All right,
careful
thank
how
you.
you be careful how you state what you're going to open, and then I think you'll be okay.
Yeah,
with
ask for the definition of any word.
okay. Absolutely. Thank you.
All right, take care.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Next on the agenda is Jenny Graham, represented by Larry Barnes,
That's
because I
correct.
don't see Jenny on, unless that's the iPhone.
I'm here.
Oh,
I'm the
okay. Ms. Barnes has submitted an application. I just printed it out because I didn't know I had received it. She wants to turn the property at 263 Bath Road into a boat canvas and drapery workshop retail showroom. And there'll be some boats on the premises. The property, until fairly recently, less than 2 years, I believe, was used as a car restoration business.
That's correct. It has
That's correct.
continued to be used as a car restoration business.
First, and then it became like a race car fix-up shop. The guy was working on his race cars there after it was sold the first time. This will be the second sale within a couple of years, if I recall.
Okay, we have tax map, deed, right title and interest via a purchase and sale, I think that is.
Yes, there's a purchase and sale attached showing.
Yeah.
that-
And long, well, you guys are long-winded, aren't you? And, but we do not have a plan of the property.
I have not been able to locate a survey of the property. I have an old print, but it does not have a surveyor's mark on it, so I did not include it. I simply included the tax map and the deed.
All right. And our ordinance requires a quote, recent survey, which the planning board has defined by policy as being within 6 months. So we've just went over with Tristan some of the things that you'll need for approval. It is a use that planning board members can correct me if I'm wrong. I see no reason why this wouldn't be. That's a commercially zoned lot. It's just a matter of filling out the right paperwork. I don't see it as, it is a use that's allowed, so. I think of it just as a process now, filling out paperwork.
Along with getting a recent survey that's less than 6 months.
Yeah, Larry, you're a realtor. I'm not even gonna repeat what I just told Tristan about. Good luck getting one, but in what you would consider a timely manner.
Basically, that's probably your only issue, because just looking at the property and knowing where it is and what it does, this is a great use for it, and we welcome the lady to the community.
Yeah.
Just a matter of going through all the bullshit and cross the T's and dot the I's for the planning board to approve it. I don't, personally speaking, I don't see any issue with it whatsoever, other than doing the proper game to get to the right place.
Thank you.
Yes, the site plan. Emily has already put the Wiscasset site plan review ordinance up in the chat room for downloading. Much
I think
better.
I just sent it to you, but I can send it to everyone.
All right.
Just know that it's so it's an internal document. It's not a town stamped approved document, but it's based off of the ordinance code. I use it when I do my site plan checks. So it should just use it informally. No, I think I just sent it just to you again. Hold on.
Oh yeah, to me direct. You just sent it to. You're way ahead of me.
Okay. It should go to everyone now. You should see it as a Word document in the chat.
Okay. And like I said, it's land use ordinance is available online, and I can parse it out to just the site plan if necessary. I did it before the most current version. That's why I didn't know. Some of the wording's been changed, but so Chauncey or Larry, any questions on how you need to proceed?
Jenny.
I'm sorry, Jenny.
Oh, go ahead. No, you said Chauncey, but Jenny.
Oh,
Yes.
I did. It's the property owner. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was glancing at the sheet.
No. Yeah, I'll do the correct paperwork. If you think this is an approved use, we're just kind of switching out boats for cars.
It'll definitely be, as long as Al and the others have said, as long as the paperwork's submitted, I's dotted, T's crossed, this isn't approved. This isn't a use that can be approved.
Okay.
And as I told the last applicant, read the section on waivers. It could save you time and money.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember if I've ever seen a survey of that property, and I can't say. I think there's one to the property to the east or north.
To the north, there's a survey.
Yeah, where that where they're using as have frequently used as a lay down area lately for stuff.
Honestly, I'm guessing, and I don't know, but that property was sold roughly 2 years ago or less, Larry, wasn't it? To the guy who owns the car dealership?
Yes.
There must have been a survey at that point.
Well,
And
There was a
Somehow-
survey attached to that listing when it sold, but again, it was just a copy of a portion of a survey. It doesn't actually have the surveyor's mark or contact information on it. So I'll do what I can to try to find it. It's not a recent survey because it was obviously of the property prior to Rick Shorey building his building there.
I was I thought it might have been surveyed as it was sold to Chauncey from the previous owner, which, like I say, I guess that was in the last 2 years when they started doing the race cars in there.
Surveys are not required for property transfers, always.
Okay. Carl, you're live all of a sudden.
I
Hello.
know, I hadn't even, nobody told me I hadn't made myself go live. Just had my idiot logo up there, so.
Well, I'm such a dinosaur. It took me 15 minutes to figure out how to do it.
I wish we could get our other 2 members on board, but. All right, are any further questions, Jenny or Larry?
I did have a question. Will come through with the survey. On the north side of the property, there's an easement. There was an old gravel road that ran through there. I don't see any evidence of anything like that existing there. And I just wanted to be able to clarify that, but I'm sure the survey would show me that.
Hopefully the survey would clarify that for you, because that's news to me. I did notice that the most current person seemingly put in a ramp onto the adjacent property, which I hoped was with at least permission.
I did notice that ramp, but I wasn't sure that doesn't appear anywhere on any documentation I've seen.
No, and I'm sure it was a use, and hopefully, like I said, by permission, which is
By
different from a written easement. But,
Okay.
All right.
All right. I also just wanted to make sure, while I work on boat canvas, I'm going to have some boats wintering there because I'm going to bring the boat into the one of those large garage bays to work on them. So I can do the canvas indoors. Is that going to be a problem?
No,
No,
Okay.
I don't see why that would be any kind of problem.
Okay.
I don't see how that's any different from the last 2 owners bringing vehicles in to work on them.
Right. I did. Also, just wanted to make sure of that.
everything, as far as I'm concerned, looks very legit. We'd walk through to the neighborhood. It's just a matter, like I said, of going through the BS of doing all the documents and getting the survey, which, Larry, that's going to be your job to figure out who and when, and then you can go forward.
Okay. Thank you.
All right,
You.
very good. Moving on, item 6, amendments to the Shoreline Ordinance, Article 13, Appendix B. I bet I've lost that sheet of paper too. Nope, hey there. I think you were all sent a copy. Does anybody have any further comment? We had, so much input from the public at the public hearing.
These are what the DEP requires. Evidently, they were left out of the ordinance at some point in the past, so we're just really putting them back in.
Thank you, Jackie. I believe what we've done in the past is a motion to forward these to the select board. Informing them we've held the required public hearing.
I make a motion, we send these forward to the selectmen after our public hearing has been held. Since our public hearing has been held, excuse me.
Is there a second?
Second,
Thank you. First by Al, second by Jackie. Roll call vote. This is getting easier, fewer people. Jackie?
yes.
I vote yes. Peter?
Yes.
Debbie? Deborah? You're muted.
You lost
You're
the
muted.
sounds.
She's nodding her head. But for the
I'm
record.
not muted. I was using my thing, but it didn't want to work for me. But yes, I'm in
Okay.
agreement.
Al
Yes.
and Steve.
Yes.
There. Is there anybody opposed? Motion is carried.
Yeah.
Guess what? Anybody got anything else they want to say? Oh, I'll just note that I've had still another call about the still yet to be actually come to us development down on Young's Point. So, and I've already forgotten who called me today or yesterday for another business site plan application issue. They're not issue, but questions. So it does continue.
Good. With that in mind, I make my favorite motion at 7:31 PM that we adjourn.
Second,
Yeah. And we have a first by Al and a second by Jackie. This is not discussable. All those in favor, vote aye.
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 I don't think I need a roll call on adjournment. Emily, thank you very much for all your work as usual.
Good night, everybody. Thank
Good night,
you.
everybody. Talk to you soon, maybe. Sarah or Charlotte, any questions before I log off?
No, all set, thanks.
You.